Good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're listening to this or watching. This is Talk of the Tiger with your host, me, Paul Brown, and him, Jim Peterik, rock star. Good morning, Jim. It's been a while. You've been busy. I've been busy. It's about time we sat down and caught up on stuff because there's a lot of things going on, isn't there?
A lot of stuff to unpack.
Yeah,
By the way,
absolutely.
on my union card, it says rock star. I said, let's just put the blanket
Yeah,
on.
exactly. That's easy enough. All right. So let's talk about the first thing. Tis the season. Um, So, in order of things coming up, we have a Cornerstones gig coming up on November 29th at the Des Plaines Theater. Talk about that because that's always fun.
Well, yeah, this has been just a wonderful conglomeration of the great Chicago groups getting together and celebrating the late 60s, no, the 60s and early 70s. And it always packs the house because memories are precious and people love going back in the day and seeing groups that they'll see that night, like the Crying Shames, the New County Six, and the Buckinghams, and the Ides of March. And it's just amazing getting together. Tom Duty flies in from California, and his voice is as good and fresh as ever. He's just as cocky on stage. He's always goofing around. And we love Tom, and everybody brings their A game. And the Crying Shames are amazing. All the bands are amazing. Buckingham's, of course, they take over the whole second set, and we come back and we do a Bend Me, Shape Me, which is our homage to Gary Loiseau and the American Breed, and just brings down the house.
It's a great song.
It is.
And it was a long time before I realized that Gary was part of that band because I knew him from his work with Pumpkin Studios and with Styx and all that. And then I didn't realize that that was him in the American Breed. So that's yeah, he's missed too. What a talent.
No doubt. And it's super nice guy.
Yeah. All right. Then coming up after that, we are going full steam into Christmas season, and Christmas season means Ides Christmas concerts. And the first one is over in Three Oaks, Michigan at the Acorn Theater on December 6th.
We love the Acorn. I just did some promotion on radio there, and they're very excited about it. We go back so far with the Acorn, back when it was owned by David Fink, who is still a great friend, and he's going to be there that night too.
Oh, cool.
Enjoy being back in his original home, but we love the Acorn. Great acoustics. We always pack the place, and it's a real blessing.
Now, is the Acorn show going to be kind of the half acoustic, half rock thing, or is it, do you know yet?
Yeah, we do know it is going to be the two set format,
Okay.
which is first set is, and this goes for all the shows really, so it's
All
kind of a
right.
blanket. First set is Christmas oriented. A lot of it's original, which is, so it's not all jingle bells. Not that there's anything wrong with that song. I wish I had the copyright, but but it's a lot of original music and some standards. Oh, Holy Night always brings down the house because we happen to love that song. But yeah, it might make it. But anyway, it's going to be fun. We love the Christmas show.
Yeah. And from there,
Oh, and the second set, we
oh,
start out. That's mainly rock and roll, as we used to call it, and it starts out with "Not So Silent Night," which is the Ides original rocker
yeah,
about Christmas. Then it conflates into uh, Ides of March hits, 38 special hits, Survivor hits, and ending up with some great Ides tracks.
cool. And from there, you jump in the minivan and you head on up to Minocqua, Wisconsin, north of
Yeah,
the Cheddar Curtain.
what?
North of the Cheddar Curtain.
No wonder I didn't didn't understand it. I never heard that term, but I'll be using it now.
You're welcome.
The Cheddar Curtain. Good one, Pablo. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna go way up above the Cheddar Curtain. And yeah, Bob's got a place in Minocqua, and we played there before. And it's a great theater, and we packed the place, and good vibes.
So you're going back down to Illinois and back over to the Des Plaines Theater, where you do the big extravaganza with special guest stars. And this year, your special guest is an old friend.
Yes. Oh man, I'm so glad to see her again. Megan McDonough. We did a TV show with Megan. The first time we ever saw Megan, the Ides were part of a TV show, local TV show from Chicago. And this little gal comes up there and blows us away. And she's doing this song. I keep reminding her, you got to do that song about I'm strung out on Mickey Mouse. And it was such a hilarious song. I'm going to get her to do it this
There you
year.
go.
Just the whole audience got to go, Mickey Mouse, Megan, come on. Anyway, she's a treasure. And we're so
Big
thrilled.
voice.
Great voice.
Yep.
We've had her
Absolutely.
on many shows through the years, mostly the Christmas shows, and she always delivers. And so we go back so far after we met her and everything. I brought her into the studio, and we recorded a song called Indelibly Blue, which I wrote, and she sang it amazing. And my publisher heard it and sent it to Reba McEntire. And Reba McEntire got the hit on it.
Yeah.
And it's really good. Look it up. But I always felt bad because Megan was the first and arguably did the best version.
Very cool. All right. And then we are heading into the new year. There is, well, no, not yet, because just in time for Christmas giving, we have Jim Peterik and World Stage, River of Music, The Power of Duets, Volume 1, drops on, you said, December 12th.
Correct.
So
Yeah. Oh,
buy
man.
bunches of them and give them out to all of your family and friends.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to send her to my family and friends. I might even get a copy
Nice.
if I'm lucky. Anyway, really proud of this record. It combines so many songs that I'm proud of, co-writes and co-sings. It starts out with River of Music, Jim Peterik, Colin Peterik, very familial, and it's a wonderful song. Waiting for You with Dave Mikulskis and Bree Gordon. I call her the Ann Wilson of Chicago. The Cadence of Things, Jim Peterik and Jason Sheff. He was with Chicago for 30 years.
Yeah.
And his dad was Jerry Sheff, Elvis's bass player. Not too bad, and he's still alive. Not bad lineage. Then The Cadence of Things, oh, that's with Jason Sheff. The Power of Two, Jim Peterik and Bree Gordon. Between Two Fires, Jim Peterik and a guy named Kevin Cronin.
May have heard of him. Little band out of Champaign, Urbana.
That's right. One of my dearest friends. And our voices blend so well together on this song. And we wrote it together, and I love this track. Double Rainbow, that's myself and Kathy Richardson. Great video by Greg Bizzarro. And we got Slow Lightning, Jim Peterik and Colin Peterik, which is a cool jam. In Good Faith, Toby Hitchcock and Katie Hart. Katie Hart is a great singer that Ron Nevison worked with and turned me onto her, and she's awesome as well. I think Hart is very key because she does sound a lot like Ann Wilson. I'm a Survivor, Jim Peterik and Katie Hart. She's got two. And then the album rounds out with Everything You Need, Jim Peterik and Colin Peterik. Yeah, we're really excited about this one.
And I first off, I want to say that the phrase "a great video" by Greg Bizzarro is redundant, because you just say video by Greg Bizzarro and you know it's going to be great. And also, just you mentioned him, just a reminder that the legendary Ron Nevison is the producer on this album.
Yeah.
Who, if a lot of you have been around a while, know the name, but otherwise go to Wikipedia and look him up, because first off, he has a long history with you. and your former band
Yeah,
Survivor.
3 albums with
Yep.
Survivor. Yep.
And then just look at the other artists he's worked with over the years. So it's pretty cool that you guys got back together for this one.
Well, every time I hear Bad Company and Can't Get Enough of Your Love, I hear Ron's production.
Yeah.
You can hear the room resonating. That's a very trademark element of his producing. And I'll never forget, I'm writing songs for Vital Signs, and I'm at the piano and just kind of working on a song. And Ron comes up and says, "What are you working on?" "Oh, it's a new song for Vital Signs." And he says, "Well, put that chord there and that chord there." And I go, "It won't work, Ron." He goes, "Try it." I tried it. It worked. And he walks away, goes, "No charge." Well, it was one of the tracks on that album. So thank you, Ron.
Yeah. Yep. That's what a good producer does. So that's awesome. All right. Speaking of new music, well, first off, there is a volume two in the works that will be coming later. We'll talk plenty about that. However, there is a new Pride of Lions album on the way that is almost done with the recording, and then you jump into the whole mixing and mastering thing. But Toby is doing the final vocal.
Yeah, Toby's absolutely amazing. You know, he inspires me with his voice. And of course, our trademark is a lot of duets, but some songs feature him more than me and vice versa. And we get along so well. And he's just a force of nature. He's coming with me to Italy, and we're so excited about that.
There's a 30th anniversary concert for
Oh,
Frontiers coming up in Milan
yeah,
early next year, and that's you two are heading over there.
yeah, we are. And yeah, we're so excited to honor the company. We were their one of their first signings. They started in, I guess, 99 as a company. And we were 2002 when we released our first Pride Alliance
Hmm.
record. So we go way back. So we're excited to see Serafino and Mario and all of our friends there.
Awesome. So yeah, and the new Pride of Lions album will be released sometime around April-ish. When we get something firmed up, you'll all definitely know. So,
I'll
but
tell you
man,
what, it's true, but probably April, May ish. And we're into ishes these
yeah,
days, but it's a good one. They're all good, but we're really excited about this new Pride Alliance record. Don't have a title for it yet because I got a list of potential titles and we're deciding that now.
awesome, good deal. Well, that's a lot.
Did we
So
talk about Steve Harkins and Talk Shop Live?
we have not. You just did that event
Yeah,
on Monday. It was Steve Harkins,
yeah,
who's an old friend of yours, has this thing called Talk Shop Live where the artists get online and it's a live stream and you talk about the album and people can order signed copies of stuff. In this case, the upcoming World Stage album.
yeah.
So talk a bit about that.
Well, like you said, we go back with Steve so many years. I hate to say it, probably about 45 years. And he was there at the very first World Stage show in 1999. And he's our biggest fan, and vice versa. And he always asks the right question, heavily researched, but his memory is very researched too, because we go so far back. And he's a great interviewer, and I always come to life when he's interviewing me, much like you, Paul. But you know, it's a lot of fun with Steve, and the orders have been coming in, the pre-orders and the calls that we got on air from all over the world. It's just absolutely incredible. So thank you, Steve. You're great.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. And you sat down and signed a whole bunch of CDs, so they're getting ready. They'll ship them out on the 12th. So
Yep, very excited.
awesome. And just a reminder one more time, that Christmas is coming up. And CDs make great stocking stuffers. So I'm suggesting buy a bunch and hand them out to family and friends. So let's call it a day here because we've got a lot of things for people to think about, and we'll talk again in the next couple of weeks. And everybody, enjoy your week and get ready for all of the holiday shows coming up.
Merry
And
Christmas. And Paul, thank you for everything. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
you're welcome. And then the same to you and KP and everybody else. So that's it for Talk of the Tiger. And make sure that you've subscribed to the channel and hit the little bell thing so you get the notifications when this comes out. Also, comment on it, talk about it, share it with your friends, help spread the word. And that's it. We will see you next time. I'm Paul. He's Jim. Everybody, have a great week.
Great God in heaven, you know I love you.